is Jeff, the host of the Gridiron.
All right. Now let's talk about the offensive and the defensive grades, plus the special team grades in the Giants' victory against the Cleveland Browns. But first of all, let's start off with the offensive. Okay, now, obviously, I think we know who. Now, I can't say it was like a flip-flop. I mean, we kind of know, as far as the offensive grades, who is at the top. Unfortunately, it's one of those rare occasions where we see a specific individual. I can't remember if he was at the bottom or very close to the bottom, but expect a rebound because he's a very prideful man. All right. Here we go. All right. So you'll notice here. Okay. Almost at the bottom. But it kind of shows you how, a rough a day. I mean, you got to give Daniel Jones some credit. He was under some pressure. Thankfully, he only got sacked a couple times. He got hit. There was pressure, but we kind of knew that. Out of the two lines the Browns have, obviously, right, their offensive line, which is what the Giants kind of took advantage of, was the one that was really banged up. The defensive line was just, pretty much as advertised. They got a lot of pressure. Myles Garrett obviously gave Andrew Thomas a hard time, as we see here. I mean, I don't know if you're ever going to see Andrew Thomas with the 14.7 pass blocking grade. He had a rough day, but Giants got the W. We got the dub, so that's all that matters. All right. So first guy, obviously, is Malik. He actually came off the field for a few plays. He was only on the field for 60, but 83.8. Passing 85. Run grade 58, 60.5 run blocking, but 83.8. Wan'Dale Robinson, he had himself a very good game. Now, this is going to be one of those things is that, as time goes by, there's going to be more and more film on Malik Neighbors. And obviously, a lot of these real good defensive coordinators like Jim Schwartz is, you're going to try to start taking stuff away. And a lot of stuff with Malik, if we can't scheme stuff for him to get open, a lot of it's going to be kind of like, 50-50 balls where you want to obviously keep that, to a minimum. You just do, I'll just throw another 50-50 ball, 50-50 to Malik, 50-50, somewhere along the line, you're going to crap out. Right? So this is where Slayton, Wan'Dale Robinson, who came up big in this game, and hey, we might even, somewhere along the line, we might actually have to get some reception production from our tight ends. And I don't mean catching one pass in the game. That's not production. All right. I think we have, after 3 games, our tight ends have 4 receptions. I mean, we need more than that. Daniel Bellinger had that one, I think, for 17 yards. He was in there for 26 snaps. He graded out of 73.7. His pass blocking was very good. John Michael Schmitz at center. He got 67. His pass blocking was a 43.2. His run blocking was a 73, though. Very impressive. Tyrone Tracy was in there for 21 snaps, 66.8. Van Roten at right guard, obviously all 71 snaps, 62.7. He had himself a good day. He had the best day on the offensive line, pass blocking wise, and his run blocking was at 56.2. Jacob, not Jacob, but Jacob Johnson was in there for just 2 snaps. He graded out of 60. A lot of times when they're in there for 1 or 2 snaps, you usually just get like a 60. That's what you wind up getting. Devin Singletary Motor, 49 snaps, 59.9. He had a good game. His pass blocking was not exceptional, but he's got to do better with the fumbling. He's got to do better with the fumbling. Jalen Hyatt was in there for 10 snaps, 56.9. Eric Gray, speaking of fumblers, was in there for 3 snaps, 55.2. Darius Slayton, 58 snaps, 51.4. Theo, 57 snaps, 50.1. His pass blocking was a 65.5. And obviously, you see, we're going to just jump down to Chris Manhertz, 27 snaps, his pass blocking, 76. So if you'll see here, you'll notice the tight ends, pass blocking, 70.2. Pass blocking, Theo Johnson, 65.5. Pass blocking, Chris Manhertz, 76. The tight ends obviously did not help out much in the passing reception department, but in the pass blocking department, they did well. And, it just seems like a lot of what Dable's, theory is, at least maybe in the beginning anyway, is give them protection, right? Maybe keep a tight end in for protection. 6 guys blocking, maybe even more. You only get 3 or 4 guys out in the pass. The thing is, you could flood get 5 receivers out there, but now obviously, there's the give and take. Do you want to get the 5 receivers out there? Cool. But do you want to sacrifice the time that Daniel Jones is going to have and the limit in him, the amount of time he's going to have in the pocket, with only 5 guys trying to cover him, trying to protect him? So it seems like, as of right now anyway, like Dable's trying to, let's give him some protection. Let him start feeling comfortable in the pocket. Give him an extra half a second or so to, survey the field and, don't throw anything bad, right? And just try to find the open receiver. Daniel Jones, obviously he was in there for all 71 snaps, 49.7. Jermaine Illuminor. See, this is what I'm used to seeing from like last season, right? The bottom 3 guys are offensive linemen. Jermaine Illuminor, 44.6. Andrew Thomas, 42. And John Runyon, the left guards, 38.5. So the left side of the was not very good. Just according to Pro Football Focus. Now, Runyon didn't do too bad pass blocking, but his run blocking was horrible. And vice versa for Andrew Thomas. Andrew Thomas's run blocking was very good, but that was atrocious, 14.7. That was really. But obviously we know for the most part, unless there's a twist or a stunt or something, Runyon's not going to be taking on Myles Garrett for the most part. But they got the W, and they did have a hard time. They did have a hard time blocking the run. So we barely wound up with a respectable amount of yardage, but that was due to the fact that we had a 43-yard run, one of the last plays of the game. Without that, the Giants would have averaged like maybe before that, I think they were averaging like 2.5 yards a carry. But the fact that they ran the ball over 30 times, they were allowed to run the ball, and because they had the lead. It's if you're tied or if you have the lead, you can afford to do that. If you're down 28-6 to Minnesota, you're not running the ball. You're forced to pass the ball. So just the fact that the Giants were still able to run the ball, even if their production was not very good, they were still able to do it because they had the lead, which was huge. And you got to give props to the defense because the defense just. The Browns kept 21-15. They got the ball back, I think, 3 times, and they couldn't cross the 50-yard line, which is really, really impressive. So, all right. Speaking of the defense,